Hello guys, No here from TLS Clash, back with another episode of War Recap series, and this time we're gonna be taking a look at the war we had against an Indonesian clan. But first, I'm gonna show my current Clash home, simply superb. We're a 69 war win clan that uses 3-star strategies. If anyone's interested, you can send us an application and we'll review it, possibly even join us. But first, we're gonna be taking a look at this war against Lord Indo. It wasn't honestly challenging at all because they were a Go Wipe clan, but we did have major flaws this war. We didn't manage to clean 2 Town Hall 9s and 1 Town Hall 8, but then again, we learned from our mistakes, and that hopefully won't happen again. So, yeah, we're gonna watch Nova's raid. It was a cold-blooded Golalun attack. Now, one thing I don't like about this raid is the fact that he uses a jump spell on an outer layer wall like that. I mean, you could have it was pretty much useless because you could have used a jump spell on this mortar over here, for example, and possibly with a bit bigger kill squad get to air defenses, and you could have avoided it with a couple of wall breakers, but then again, he does get 3-star and let's see how he does that. So he's gonna start the attack by dropping the golem, does a nice 1-for-1 trade on that cannon with the loon, even the mortar, so that's always useful. And this poison on the enemy CC was pretty much wasted. Only time I see it useful on a high hit point CC is when you are trying to slow down the enemy troops so your queen has the time to take care of them. And yeah, so it was pretty much wasted. Now he starts his Golalun attack by dropping his lavas and loons in behind, going clockwise around this base. And one thing, as you can see, those skeleton traps pop and they start killing his loons slowly, but then in the end he doesn't really struggle much with them, but it could have caused him a raid if a couple of pops didn't get onto those loons as they did, I mean onto the skeletons, because they're really dangerous in packs like that, and as you can see, a couple of pops get caught up on them and he does manage to clean up this base in the end. So still a nice raid by Nova. So the next deck we're gonna take a look at is gonna be done by Lex, and she did a nice Go Vaho raid, and I always love using Valks because I rarely encounter bases that are getting attacked with Valks just because it's much easier to hog the base. And yeah, she doesn't lure the CC because the golem triggers it, and that does hurt his second golem a lot, but he deals with it nicely and he starts his attack. One thing I don't like about it is she didn't drop the king first, and so the king didn't tank for the Valks, but then again the Valks were standing in heals, so yeah, it did go well. And those hogs really wrecked the top part of the base because there weren't any giant bombs, so this attack was pretty successful. And drops a couple of goblins up top to clean up those collectors, which is always nice. And she has plenty of time to clean up this base, and she does get that 3-star. Well done. So the next attack is gonna be done by Dave, the almighty Dave, the fat finger god. And now he starts off his raid on this pretty poor Town Hall 9 by luring the enemy CC with the giant, then doing an old school kill, distracting the dragon with a couple of barbs and whizzing queen in behind. And I always like this method more than using witches because witches take up a lot of space, and if you don't really use them wisely you will waste 24 troop space for nothing. As you can see, he does deal with it nicely. starts his attack by dropping that golem to tank, creating the funnel up top, does a nice one for one trade on that cannon, and now he's just putting his king down. The queen was targeted, but then again he activates the ability, and watch this. This base is pretty much shit because he does manage to ignore the double giant bomb locations by deploying his hogs in an Asian wall from south, and he ignores them completely. And that's why not everyone is a good base builder, and that's why base building is kind of a pain for some people because they don't know how to build good bases. And yeah, so he does clean this base up nicely. He still has a couple of archers in a wall breaker, and as you can see he drops that poison to show total domination. And yeah, nice 3-star by day. Next stack was done by John. He's one of our better Townfall 8 attackers, and this base is pretty shitty, but one thing I really like what he does in this base, and one major flaw as well, and there is one major flaw as well, and that's why I recorded this base. And he starts by luring the enemy CC, distracting it with a couple of barbs and ways in behind. That cannon does create a few problems for him, but he does deal with it nicely. And watch this, drops one loon for each of those cannons. Now he knows that they will be able to take care of those cannons with 3 drops even before the wizard tower gets them, and he does that nicely. Probably should have done that 1-for-1 trade on the right side before he started his CC kills, so he doesn't lose all of those barbs and whiz. But then again, he does get this 3-star. And now he's just doing a mass hog attack from north. That heal spell could have been a bit deeper into the core, but he does get it, and he's just healing his hogs while they're wrecking the base. And one thing I really don't like about this stack is the fact that he did a king swap. I don't think it wasn't necessary, because he has so much hogs at the end, it wouldn't really matter if the enemy king was still alive, and that king didn't tank for his hogs, didn't do double duty, and that's something I see as a wasted king, but oh well, people do that all the time. Nice stack by John. And the last stack is gonna be by Josh. And this is a great example of a surgical hog attack and a wisely chosen site from which he starts his attack. So first, he's gonna drop one hog to lure the enemy CC. He drops one archer for the anchor point, waiting for the dragon to come over. And now he just drops a couple of archers and wizards in behind to kill the dragon, and he does that nicely. As you can see, he used only 2 wizards and a couple of archers to kill the CC, which is beautiful. I always like good CC kills at Townfall 8 because a lot of people struggle. And look at this, he's doing a surgical hog attack, dropping a couple of hogs for each defense and pre-healing into the core. And this base had all singles, so he didn't really struggle at all, but he does a nice job at it. And his hogs are just going around this base and cleaning up pretty easily, and drops that poison on the enemy skellies. He saw the patting, so he knew they will pat over that spell. And watch this, this is why this raid is so beautiful. Because he started this attack from top left, the hogs finish top right and they kill the enemy king themselves. As you can see, he has enough hogs and the king swap wasn't necessary, and he has his king for cleanup. And yeah, it was just a very nice surgical attack by Josh, sorry about that. And I think that's gonna be it for this episode of War Recap. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next episode. But first, I'm gonna show you a sneak peek. We had a war against the Dark Lodge, and that's gonna be our next episode, so stay tuned for that. They didn't really do a good job at 3-starring our bases, because they do use 3-star strategies, and they failed at it, but then again, we were better. See you in the next episode.